This is for a video for all our subscribers on Facebook and Instagram. Guys, this is a new horse that I've got from England. He's actually French bred. His name's Radish. We call him Radish. Anyway, he's come over. He's just arrived a couple of weeks ago. He's an 8-year-old horse, and he's been under the tutelage of Laura Collette. So he's been trained by one of the best riders in the world. He's competed at the intermediate level, and this is one of our first cross-country schools together. And I just thought I'd sort of talk you through what I've sort of been working on in our early stages of our partnership. At the beginning of our session, he was a bit excited and a bit fresh, and I just spent lots and lots of time actually doing very, very simplistic jumps. And as you saw the first couple of jumps, he sort of landed and tore off. And I feel like the biggest thing, when you get a new horse, he's not really your horse. He's been trained by different riders that have had slightly different system, and I'm trying to keep everything very, very simple. So he's competed at the 3-star level, and this weekend I'm going to just compete him at the 2-star short level down at Carolina, and really just sort of set myself a goal of getting to know each other slowly but surely over the next couple of months. One thing I found with him is he's a very good jumper, obviously, but he's a little bit keen and fussy with his mouth on the landing side of the jump, and I don't know, I just think he's also just a little bit fresh and excited. So even though he sort of tears off after the jump a bit, I didn't want to reprimand him or try and fix him all of a sudden. Just sort of jumping these training size, prelim size fences, and sort of landing and going with him and getting to know him. One thing I found him, he's I sort of feel a bit of greenness. Obviously he's competed at a higher level, but he's also he's keen to do whatever we want to do, but he's not quite sort of locking onto the jumps just yet. So that's just going to take time, and as you can see, he's a fantastic jumper. So we got a large group of people to buy him, the Radish Syndicate, a group of long-time supporters, and basically I think I'm going to plan just to run in quite slowly at his first couple of events, and whenever you get a new horse, you're figuring out all their sort of tendencies and their habits. The thing with Radish is obviously he's a sharp, bold, brave jumper, and the biggest thing is I try and sort of smooth over the connection I have in his mouth and take my time a little bit of landing and trying to get him to slow down without being sharp. So I just repeated this jump a couple of times. I felt like he sort of shot out after the jump, and trying to get him to land and take a breath. After doing those sort of forward jumps, I thought I'd just try a turning exercise here, which he was awesome at. Sort of really impressed me of jumping that jump and then in a sharp turn getting over that corner. And then I thought I'd see where I am with these angle fences, and he's pretty brave. At the early stages of my cross-country schooling, I try and keep it very straightforward and simple, and then once I get that under my belt, I then try and introduce some sort of complicated exercises. They're sort of 4-star questions, but training size fences. So, and sort of getting him, jumping these jumps out of mounds, and then seeing if I can get him focusing on these accuracy fences. And I was very, very impressed. I had no idea how he'd react to that left-handed corner off a sharp turn, and it's actually a good exercise. I got a New Zealand 5-star rider hanging out with me at the moment, preparing for Kentucky, Matthew Grayling, and he helped me set up some of these exercises the day before. There's my beautiful wife keeping an eye on me. And then we took Radish down to the coffin, and one of the exercises I love with the coffin is just actually walking the ditch a couple of times. and it's a bit of a cheat, so that when we actually come to the coffin the hard way, he sort of knows what he's in for. Now, I love to do the ditch, then the rail, before the rail to the ditch. Obviously the hardest part is when there's the jump and then the ground falls away in the ditch. Again, whenever I feel like a moment of greenness or uncertainty, I just repeat the exercise, and trying to do it without aggression or being sort of hard on them, and just repeating it, and felt like the second time he read it. Trying to really get this feeling of complete understanding. And I felt like he was good there, so there was no need to repeat that. Now we finished at the water jump. And again, I don't like big jumps into water. I feel like it's important that whenever we do a water jump, it's a confident building exercise. Plus, I don't know this guy at all. We had a bit of a mound, narrow to a 4 strides to a skinny in the water, and from memory, Radish he jumped it well, but he got a little bit scooty to the skinny out. So again, just repeating that a second time, just trying to see if I can get him more relaxed between the 2 jumps. Even though he drifted right and popped out that pipe that time, I felt like he did it a second time. Anyway, pretty happy with our first cross-country school. I've got big hopes for this guy. I think he's a top quality horse, and like I said, it's going to be an interesting journey, sort of first of all getting to know him, and then we'll see where we go from there.